interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. Then, of course, that topic is Tesla has a new demand problem because they're not not adding these different features onto their vehicle. So we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link, where you can get access to the best Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the credit unions and banks and interest rates as low as 2.99 to 3.7%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. So let us take a look at this. Here's a headline from Auto Evolution: Tesla facing demand problem because people don't want to upgrade their cars. Let's read that again. Tesla facing a demand problem because people don't want to upgrade their cars. Definitely an interesting pivot, or definitely a different way of positioning the vehicles, because most of the time when we hear Tesla has a demand problem, we think it's got to be because of pricing or the monthly payment or the affordability. Like Elon says, people can't afford the vehicles, and I kind of agree. Like, the price of the vehicles are certainly on the lower end, or even getting lower now, but because interest rates are on the higher end, it brings it to high monthly payments. Of course, we ran a couple of videos last week on use cases on how you can actually get to a monthly payment of like $670 for a Model Y or $570 for a Model 3 with zero down. So definitely check out those videos last week if you want to go through the whole step-by-step breakdown on how to actually do it and all the different tips and tricks. But really, Tesla might have another demand problem because people, and of course by meaning people, current Tesla owners might not potentially want to get out of their vehicle and get into a new one because of all the different things that they lose. And so we've, of course, talked about full self-driving before, and that is a big sticking point. Like, if someone has purchased full self-driving in the past, they paid for the package, they got hardware 3.0, even though hardware 4.0 is on the cusp of coming, they are basically losing that valuation, all that money they invested into it, if they trade in the car or sell the car and get into another one, because then they'll have to pay that, guess what, the full $15,000 on the new one. So I would say, of course, we've, had a bunch of people post on to this Twitter feed from Tesla asking about what Tesla should improve. And a lot of people said that Tesla should charge some sort of fee to transfer the Tesla full self-driving. But maybe let's go at it from a flip side of that. Maybe it's maybe Tesla should discount full self-driving for people that are trading in Tesla full self-driving vehicles as well. But here's where we found this article from Reddit. Shout out to Jason12745. And the TLDR is that Tesla's decision to remove features from newer cars like USS parking sensors and all that stuff that newer vehicles don't necessarily have, and the fact that their vehicles have not changed design in years, which is kind of true, but that's coming soon, right? Model 3 refresh Project Highland is on the cusp. Model Y Project Juniper maybe next year, and the Model S and the Model X kind of got a refresh in 2022. So I get it. It's definitely a newer vehicle. And then quote, and making FSD full self-driving not transferable creates an incentive for people to hang on to their vehicles instead of upgrading them. 100%. I mean, this is what we know. Tesla does have a loyalty department. They are more so focusing on Model S and Model X owners and trying to give free supercharging, or even up to 6-year supercharging if you're trading in a Model S or Model X that has a limited supercharging. But I really feel like Tesla should focus on this, because there's a lot of people out there that have purchased a Model 3 in 2017, 2018. And what are they doing? Like, maybe we can try and get it to attack them and try and get them back into the cycle to maybe with the new Project Highland or even the newer Model 3, and try and get people back into it. But I kind of agree. I mean, the newer Teslas with the parking sensors removed essentially, and park Tesla vision not necessarily being as stable, it can be a lot of angst, I guess, at the end of the day, especially if you have full self-driving. You're not going to get any sort of that valuation at the end of the day. So of course, there's a couple options here. Do we have full self-driving have a transferable fee, or do we give some sort of discount on the newer one when people buy a brand new Tesla? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate buying guide that has links, all the links that I use to get the best possible deal at the best financing rate on a Tesla or financing your Tesla. Some of those banks and credit unions are even as low as 3.7 to 2.99%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all Patreon DMs in the Patreon app, direct messages. So if you want to sign up and send me a quick question, I will definitely respond to you with that. But definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right, let's get